Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Game Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guides series today. We're going to be taking a look at Castrum, Abania. For the first group of ads, there will be several cone AoEs along with large circular AoEs that you'll need to move out of. The distance between groups here is quite large, so make sure that you have adequate aggro on them before moving on. There will be several short line AoEs along with circular AoEs and a couple cone AoEs that you'll need to avoid. Really, you'll just be dancing all around with these enemies. You get to the outside area, there will be several bit enemies that are range units that will not move very far from where you pick them up. Once you start attacking them, then the door will open and several more enemies will come out. There will be a caster unit in this group that does cast large circular AoEs that can be interrupted. This boss has circular AoEs that he will cast at random party members that would just need to be moved out of to avoid. He also has an untelevised sort of tank buster ability that will just do increased damage to the tank. Magitech Fire 3 is party-wide damage that will just need to be healed through. When he starts casting Wild Run, then he'll run around the platform several times while additional units will spawn and man the cannons. You need to kill the ads that are on the cannons to take them over and then target the boss with them. The boss will continue to do Mad Run until you hit him with one of the cannons. You only need to do this with one group, so you can just focus down one group and then hit him. If you are hit by the cannon AoEs, they will root you in place, causing you to most likely get hit by the boss's line. into the next area, there'll be several Magitech pods. If you are able to destroy them before they finish their casting of deployment, then the ad will not come out of them. So you'll want to pick a side and focus on it and destroy as many of them as you can before deployment finishes casting. Units have very long range, skinny line AoEs that you'll want to just sidestep to avoid. The dogs will have short line AoEs you can just sidestep. Once you defeat most of the dogs, then additional ads will come out of the side arenas. They will charge across the platforms before just coming to fight you normally. The next room again will have several Magitech pods that you'll just want to focus down and kill before they finish their deployment casting. When deployment is almost done casting, the Legion rotors will also come out of the side platforms like in the previous area. The second boss will have a tank buster ability called Stab. You'll want to just pop a tank cooldown to reduce the amount of damage to receive from this. He will also have circular AoEs he'll cast throughout the fight called Gale Cut. When he summons the pillars, one party member will at least need to be in each of the pillars to absorb the damage. Each of these AoEs will leave behind a circular effect on the ground that will modify the type of damage that you do. He will call out which effects he is going to be immune to, and you will need to pick up the effect that he does not call out. So if he gets a barrier for lightning and ice, then you will need to pick up the fire effect like we do here. And this one, he's calling out fire and lightning, so you pick up the ice effect. Now this will be completely random for your encounter whenever you do it, so you'll just need to pay attention as to which ones he is immune. For the ads going into the final area, there will be the ranged Legion bit on the sides of the platform that you'll just want to hit with your ranged ability to pick up aggro, and it should die very quickly. There will also be canisters on the other side of the arena that will contain quite a few ads that you'll probably want to pop at least one tank cooldown to reduce how much damage you're taking. With how many slasher ads come within each group of these, it is probably best to take them one by one instead of pulling multiple groups at a time. The Legioned Armor Weapon will do circular AoEs that you'll just need to move out of. last group, the Legion Colossus functions like most of the Iron Giant units. We'll have a frontal cone AoE that you'll just need to move out of, along with a very long line AoE that will be targeted at a random party member. He will also target a random party member and just do a small circular AoE around them. The final boss fight will be with Inferno. Throughout the fight, he will receive several buffs that will change his abilities, so you'll need to keep an eye out for those. He does have a tank buster ability called Ketu Slash. You'll just want to pop a cooldown to reduce the amount of damage. Bahu Blaster will be a line AoE that you'll just need to move out of. When he moves to the center of the platform and casts Ketu and Rahu, then you will need to just position yourself in between the line AoEs while also not standing in the circular AoE that will be around one particular party member. Shortly after this, he'll move to the side of the platform, receive an injection that will modify one of his arms, and depending if it is the right or left arm, then that will modify the ability of that arm. Ours was Ketu that it was modified, so his Ketu Slash Tank Buster ability also starts adding a bleed effect that can be cleansed by your healer. When you cast Ketu and Raha again, then there will be a proximity based AoE you'll need to move away from, while also not standing in the large circular AoEs. He will cast it a second time, replicating the first cast of this ability, which will be line AoEs that need to be moved out of, along with a circular AoE. When he gets down to about 33% HP, he'll go back to the injection site for his last medicine to increase his other arm. This will modify the ability of the other arm again. At this time, he'll also spawn adds into the fight. The Death Claws are the highest priority, as they will root your allies in place. The next tasking of Keku and Raha will be 2 large circular AoEs along with 2 AoEs around certain party members, so you'll need to position accordingly to dodge these, followed by a proximity AoE and 2 circular AoEs. But this should be it for Castrum Abania. I hope this helps everyone out. If it does, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.